It was not compressed. I don't know, probably because it's Apple to Apple, or I was using Gmail at the time. It was the full, as far as we know, the only copy of the video we were ever given, the only copy that's ever been had, and then I put it on a thumb drive to give to the State Crime Lab. So I cannot explain why Ms. Wisco's file had been compressed. That is not something that we can be held accountable for. We didn't know it. We don't, and if Ms. Wisco knew it, it wasn't brought up until Friday. Now, there was some dispute Friday about there being different copies. There was no different copy. The software on Ms. Wisco's phone, or whatever software she used to view it, compressed the file. The only compressed file is the one Ms. Wisco has. All the ones that we have seen, and we did not alter the file. None of us know how to alter the file. None of us know how to compress the file. We wouldn't have had time to do so. You can probably go back on the footage and see when Mr. Howard, Detective Howard brings it in, and while Mr. Lukowski is being questioned, we're looking at it to see if it's the drone footage that apparently the defendant's first attorney had or was aware of. And I understand he's different attorneys now, but this is still the defendant's attorney at the time knew of this 3 days after the incident and was talking about it on national television. So to somehow now accuse us of compressing a file and somehow being able to do this technical wizardry to somehow sabotage the defense is preposterous. The defense saw this video and thought highly enough of it that they went and bought a large television that is now being used in court because they wanted to show it. And now all of a sudden to come back and say, well, we had a bad copy, they could have checked, they could have asked for a thumb drive, they could have asked for whatever. As far as we knew until we had this hearing on Friday, everyone had the exact same copy. And that Ms. Wisco's phone compressed it is not our problem. It's not, we're not responsible for that.
Didn't go to her phone.
If I may.
Well, no, one at a time. One at a time. Well, why don't you start, Ms. Wisco?
Can you talk into a microphone? Yes. On November 5th, 2021, I received at 10:33 a.m. an email from Detective Martin Howard with one video file attached. It was a 4 millibyte video that was titled IMG_0159.MOV. I have never looked at that video on my cell phone. As soon as I received that video via email, I downloaded it to this laptop, which is the evidentiary laptop we've been using through the duration of this trial.
What manufacturer is that?
This is a Lenovo.
Okay, go ahead.
And I relabeled it after it had been brought into evidence by the state as Exhibit 73 because it was Exhibit 73 for ease for bringing it up, showing it to the jury. After we found out in Friday that there was this discrepancy after the videos being shown, and for the record, we did not buy that TV because of this drone video. We actually brought it in for John Black's slowed down testimony. That was the reason we brought this TV in. However, when we were in court, I played the Exhibit 73 on my computer because the state's computer wasn't here. ADA Krause was the one who brought up the fact this isn't the good quality video. We didn't realize until playing them side by side, mine and then the state's, that there was any difference in quality. That was Friday. After Friday happened, I emailed both Binger and ADA Krause, and I asked for an exact forensic copy of what they had given to the State Crime Lab. ADA Krause responded back to me, forwarded me the email he's talking about to Detective Howard, and that also contained one file named as IMG_0159.MOV that was a 4 megabyte file. Simultaneously, ADA Binger had been in contact with me, told me I could come pick up the file from a flash drive. I drove here, I had him take me inside, and I confirmed that this file that he said was directly provided to the state crime lab was an 11 megabyte file, not 4. So the information contained in the flash drive was over double the size, almost 3 times the size as to what was emailed to me. When ADA Kraus followed up to me with that email, forwarding me his email from Detective Howard, it was the same 4 megabyte file that I had gotten previously.
So clearly Attorney Wisco's email is compressing these files. That's not our responsibility. Oh, I didn't write Outlook software.
You know what?
I forwarded
Well, wait a minute. I don't know if she had finished.
Every other piece of evidence from the state crime lab in this situation has been provided to us via Dropbox. Dropbox provides an exact forensic copy of what they have. The file title name in this situation should have been exactly the same as the one provided to the state if it was the exact same copy. The file name was nowhere near similar. The one that was provided to the state's crime lab that Attorney Binger gave me a copy of on Saturday had a very long, convoluted title that involves lots of letters and numbers that are the type that are usually associated with files taken from a drone, because they indicate a lot of different information like the location of the drone and the time. The file I received originally on Friday the 5th was not labeled that same and was not the same file amount. There's no way that what ADA Kraus is saying is true, because the file name would not have changed if my computer was compressing anything. It was a different file that we were provided from what was provided to the state, at least for what Attorney Binger gave me on Saturday. They're completely different.
I think we're confusing the issue here. The work product of the state crime lab is sent via Dropbox. That's how they've submitted all the videos that they worked on and the photos they worked on. The email from my personal Gmail account is the file that went to the state crime lab. I was told to bring it to the state crime lab. I was already home on Saturday.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel, now in more than 70 million homes. You can get Newsmax TV on your cable system or check your cable guide. And if your system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them, tell them you want Newsmax TV, because we're real news for real people.